Now, today's episode is all about shifting gears from surviving the daily grind to thriving in that career and personal life. As a first responder, we're all faced with intense pressure, right? Life-altering moments and the unpredictable nature of our job. But what if I told you that your greatest strength doesn't just lie in how you react to these challenges, but in how you think about them? So in this episode, I want to dive into the mindset shifts that can really help you reframe obstacles, build resilience through self-awareness, and harness the power of positive thinking. Whether it's managing stress after a tough call or learning to adapt in ever-changing situations, I'm going to give you some practical strategies, as I always do, to develop a flexible growth mindset. So if you're ready to transform the way you approach your toughest challenges and reclaim control of your mental and emotional well-being, stay tuned because this episode is for you. Welcome to Shields Down, Healing for First Responders, the podcast dedicated to supporting and empowering those who serve on the front lines as they navigate the challenges of PTSD and trauma. Each episode, we shine a light on the emotional realities faced by first responders. Together, we'll explore stories of resilience, gain insights from mental health professionals, and uncover practical tools to guide recovery and growth. So whether you're a first responder facing PTSD or someone who supports them, Shields Down offers connection, hope, and a path forward. So let's take the first step together. Put your shield down. Reclaim your strength, and remember, you're not alone. Tune in and let the healing begin. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about understanding our mindset shifts. When we go from a survival to a growth mindset, we learn to rewire the way we face these challenges. Now, as first responders, we're trained to react quickly and survive in high-stress situations. But however, shifting from a survival mindset, which often focuses on immediate reactions and short-term outcomes, to a growth mindset, really is going to allow you for that broader perspective, right? The shift is going to encourage long-term resilience, adaptability, and the belief that challenges are opportunities for personal and professional growth. So they're not just those obstacles that we need to overcome. So what you need to begin to do is you need to learn to break free from those limiting beliefs, right? We might develop, and I know a lot of people that I work with have developed these limiting beliefs. I'm only as good as that last call I did, right? If there's something we've done in that last call and it wasn't exactly the way we wanted it to go, or maybe I must stay strong at all costs. Right? These limiting beliefs can really trap us in a cycle of self-doubt and burnout. And growth mindset really challenges these narratives. It really helps you recognize your worth beyond the performance and beyond the understanding that when you use personal growth, your well-being is just as important as your personal successes. A growth mindset is also going to emphasize the idea that abilities and skills can be developed over time. Right? We often face new challenges and high-stakes situations every shift. But by adopting a growth mindset, we can approach these experiences as opportunities to learn and improve. Right? This outlook enhances both your professional and personal life. It's going to help with your professional competence. It's going to help with your professional resilience. It's going to lead to better emotional health and a more balanced career. But then the question is always how, right? How do you begin to build resilience through self-awareness? Self-awareness allows us as first responders to recognize emotional triggers and our stress responses more quickly by becoming aware of these internal cues. You can take a more productive step to regulating your emotions, preventing escalation in high pressure situations. This emotional control is essential in maintaining clarity and focus during both the incident and after the incident. Now, mindfulness and reflective practices such as journaling and post-shift self-reflection are effective tools for developing self-awareness. For first responders like us, if we take time to reflect on our daily experiences, maybe how we reacted to a situation, maybe what our emotions were during that situation, it's going to help identify patterns of stress and trauma. It's going to foster a deeper understanding of your emotional landscape, and it's going to provide you that opportunity to address these challenges that really become overwhelming to you. You want to begin to cultivate that self-awareness, right? Because when you do, you can better navigate your emotional and psychological effects from trauma that you've dealt with. Like I said, you want to really focus on mindfulness exercise and bringing your attention into this moment, because that'll reduce the likelihood of being overwhelmed by those past traumatic experiences. How many of you right now, raise your hand, don't, but how many of you right now are actually listening to the words I'm saying? Or is your mind wandering? Is it going off to think about that experience? Or maybe when I say traumatic event, you go back to one that triggers you. Does your heart start racing? Do you start feeling overwhelmed with those emotions? When you begin to put meditation, when you begin to reflect on practices that are going to allow you to see what has happened in your past and allow you to grow, it gives you that chance to process your emotions more healthily. It enables you to build resilience and enhance your capability to recover from stress. That's what it's all about, my friend. We've been through the event. We're going to go through another event. Right? I always say there's 3 phases that you're in. You're either going through an event right now or going through something that's stressing you out right now, or you've just been through one, you've conquered that event, and now you're moving forward, or you're going to go through an event shortly. And it's going to teach you and it's going to help you grow. Now, I know people don't like the positive thinking aspect of certain things, but your mindset, and when you begin to shift it into something that's more enhancing and more positive towards the life that you want to live, it's going to influence your life. Because if you're thinking positive thoughts, if you're thinking things that are going to move you into the right place, you're going to begin to act in that way. It can significantly improve your ability to recover from post-traumatic stress disorder and other mental health challenges, right? By shifting your focus from negative aspects of traumatic events to opportunities for growth and learning, right? You can really develop resilience and enhance your emotional well-being. And that's what we're going for, my friends. We're going for that shift, right? Positive thinking positive about yourself, about others. It's going to reduce that stress. It's going to improve problem-solving skills in high-pressure situations. It's going to promote emotional regulation. And these are all crucial for navigating the challenges of the job that we do and the recovery that we need to do. What about fostering optimism? How many of you out there actually write in gratitude journals or listen to positive affirmations? Now, I know we're all tough guys, we're all tough women. How do we do that? Right? I don't want to write gratitude journal. Journaling not for me. Maybe not. Even just saying things. Man, I'm so thankful that I have a roof over my head. I'm so thankful that I get to be that person that people call on when they need someone to help. When you're grateful for things, it really focuses on those good things that really happen to you each and every day. And this is going to help to shift your perspective from the dwelling on that negative experience to recognizing those positive ones, even in tough situations. This practice, my friends, is going to rewire the brain. It's going to rewire it to notice more positive things more often, and it's going to enhance your mental resilience. You're stuck in an OODA loop. You're stuck in this loop of negativity, and that's what causes PTSD. That's what causes a trauma. It's just negative thinking over and over and over again. You know, there's back in the day when like First World War soldiers came back, a lot of them didn't have post-traumatic stress disorder, and a lot were not triggered with it because one of the major things that they did is they flew back on planes from wherever they were fighting to home. And what would they do? They talk about the experiences. They get it out. They'd probably talk about positive things that happened. They'd laugh. And this would build their resilience for when they landed. I'm not saying all weren't affected by it, but these are different aspects that they used. Positive affirmations is another technique that you can use. It serves as a way to counter self-doubt and negative talk. Right? For example, remind yourself, I am capable of handling difficult situations. I have the strength to overcome challenges. These are simple affirmations that you can use on a daily basis. And it's going to help you build confidence, and it's going to help you improve your emotional resilience on and off the job. And we're looking at the long term, my friends. We're looking at getting to that next place. We're looking at getting to that next level, right? A consistent practice of positive thinking can really lead to sustained improvements in mental health, and it'll reduce the likelihood of burnout and compassion fatigue, right? As we as first responders, if we can maintain a positive outlook, we're going to be more likely to experience job satisfaction, maintain those healthy relationships that we often lose, and continue to perform effectively under stress. Right? These practices that I talked about are not only going to aid in your recovery, but they're also going to equip you with tools to better manage future traumatic experiences. Like I said, you're about to go into one. Either an event at work or maybe something at home. And my friends, I want you to get to the other side of that. I want you to have long-term emotional stability. I want you to have fulfillment in your career. But you have to learn. You have to learn to do these things for yourself. As first responders, we regularly face those unpredictable, high-stress situations that require us to make a shift in decision-making. How are you in embracing change? How are you in adapting? When you can learn to embrace change and you have adaptability, it's going to enable you to approach each challenge with a flexible mindset. By staying in this open mind, this open thought, it's going to create new strategies. And you're going to be willing to adjust your approach on the fly. And it's going to help you to improve problem-solving skills and better navigate these complex scenarios that we face. When you develop a growth mindset, you have to do it and know that there are going to be setbacks. Setbacks and failures, they're inevitable. But how we respond to these and how we handle these is crucial. When you can cultivate a growth mindset, you view challenges as opportunities to learn to grow. And this can really help you develop your resilience. By seeking and seeing that each setback as a chance to redefine and refine your skills and change your approach, you can maintain a proactive attitude. And this is going to foster more continuous personal and professional development. That's what we're looking for, my friends. We're looking at creating that new space. As first responders, we can strengthen our adaptability by practicing mental flexibility. Techniques such as scenario-based training, mindfulness exercises, developing contingency plans. This can really help you stay calm and focused under pressure. Now, I know where I work in the prison, we have contingency plans. So if there's a situation that's going on, I can open a binder and I say, okay, what would I do in this situation? Or how does the system expect me to respond to this? But I got to do it on my own too. I'll sit in a control bubble, or I'll be up in a tower and I'll be like, okay, if this situation happens, how can I respond to it? And that's the same as, as a police officer. I know I have friends within the RCMP, and I know that some of them will sit there waiting for the next call, doing their paperwork, and they'll think, okay, if my next call is, an abuse or a domestic disturbance, how am I going to respond? What am I going to say? How am I going to react? If he comes up at me with a weapon, what am I going to do? How am I going to react? And it's like sports players, my friends. It's when they sit on the bench and they play the game in their head. You're foreseeing it. So when you respond to a situation, you can respond to it with courage. You can respond to it knowing that you're going to have that flexibility, that adaptability, but then also go into it going, okay, it might not go the way I just thought about it, so I'm going to learn to adapt. I'm going to learn to change this, right? Learning to embrace these new techniques and methods, right? It can increase your effectiveness in solving these challenges. And it's going to make you a better officer. It's going to make you a better person, husband, wife, father, mother, overall friend. And that's what we want to do, my friends. So I want to leave you with an exercise, right? A great exercise that addresses all the points that I just gave you, adaptability, growth mindset, and flexibility, is a scenario of reflection and adaptation drill. Okay, this exercise is going to help you practice adaptability, reflect on setbacks, and develop flexibility in your problem-solving skills. So step 1 is to create a realistic scenario. Okay, develop a realistic, challenging scenario based on real-life experiences that you face, sudden change in a scene, unexpected obstacles, evolving emergency considerations or conditions, right? The scenario should require you to kind of make a quick decision and adapt. And then in your mind, execute the scenario, right? Go through the scenarios as you would in the field. Once the initial scenario is complete, let's think about unexpected obstacles you might have faced, right? Maybe equipment failure, additional victims, evolving hazards, right? Think about what you would have done in real time. And this will sharpen your flexibility in decision making. Now, the third step is once you've done these 2 steps, you need to structure reflection, right? Identify what worked, what would have worked, what didn't work, how you could have adapted your thinking and actions for the next time, right? Frame challenges as learning opportunities, right? See them as what you could do, how you can grow, reflect on each challenge in the scenario and how it affected your response and how you can easily adapt in that moment. And then do it again. Run a different scenario. Run the same scenario with these challenges, allowing you to understand, okay, what could I have done? What can I do? And always run these scenarios in your head. By constantly practicing this exercise, you're going to build a habit of adapting quickly. You're going to build the habit of viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth. And you're going to create the habit of improving your overall flexibility when faced with real world challenges. That's it. That's it for today's episode. Now, I hope you're walking away some powerful insights into how you shift your mindset, build self-awareness, and embracing change that can make all the difference in your journey from surviving to thriving. But remember, my friends, it's not just about the situations you face. It's about how you choose to respond to them mentally and emotionally. So whether it's adapting to a growth mindset, practicing self-awareness to regulate your emotions, or using optimism to navigate difficult moments, you now have the tools that can help you stay resilient, adaptable, and mentally strong. And as always, I appreciate the hard work and dedication you put into your service. Thank you for tuning in to Shields Down, Healing for First Responders. Remember, healing is a journey, and each step forward matters. Now, if today's episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories, insights, and tools for recovery. Together, we'll build a stronger, more resilient community. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and we'll see you on the next episode.